What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. Excuse me. Make sure the water goes down all right. And as always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, solution for someone's problem. And we're broadcasting live on November 3rd, 2025, the first Monday in November. And here in Toronto, I guess for the last few days, well, it's not been too bad, but last year, so it's been cloudy, rainy, drizzly. My dad would call this like days of night that are out there, but we're okay. Now, speaking of night, my co-host, this is a really interesting show today. And hopefully we'll have a conversation about this subject amongst others. So I'm Han Solo today. I'm by myself. Reason being, my co-host, Ryan Knight, last night sent me a text message. Actually, do I have my phone with me? Let me just, usually I do. Okay, here we go. So let me pull out, I got and we're going to hopefully chat about this today, talk about his text message he sent me. Yeah, he said that he won't be able to make it today's show. His grandparents got hit it pretty hard in Jamaica, and he's helping his dad out. So for those, I hope most of you know, if you don't, Hurricane Melissa hit a large part of the island of Jamaica last week, and the devastation is really, really impactful. This is why Ryan's not going to be with us tonight. His grandparents are living in Jamaica. It sounds like they've had a lot of devastation to where they live. So Ryan with his dad are all hands in regards to helping out. Then last night, let me just do this. So yeah, for those who know or don't know, every first Monday of each month, we're scheduled to have Donovan Martin, who's the CEO of the Daily Scrum News here, giving his takes on a specific subject. And I had everything set up on my screen and set up for him to come on. And then last night, he sent me a text message saying, you know, he finally got word that his mom in Jamaica is safe, but the house is destroyed and still no cell communication or water. And and so he is focusing his energies on taking care of his mom in Jamaica. So that is why we're by ourselves today. Ryan can't make it because he's helping out family in Jamaica. Donovan Martin was supposed to show up. He is not able to help out anyone today, or not come on the show today because he's helping out his family in Jamaica. This hurricane has had, especially to the western part of Jamaica, where that's my heritage too, there's been a lot of devastation. I don't know if I had mentioned on last Friday's show that my uncle who lives across the street from our house, his roof was blown off, all the windows in his home destroyed. That's been going on. And even up to yesterday afternoon, I was with some members of the family. We're sending some barrels down with goods that are needed in regards to helping out Jamaica. So I see some people here. So Fitness IQ Cam says, Morning, good to have you here. Are you going to leave that 9754 on? I'm just wondering. And she's saying she's praying for Ryan and his family. I will certainly pass on that to him. The food plane is in the house. Food plane, I got your message via Instagram. Yes, we can make that happen. I will respond to it. Just for everybody, my energies a little bit have been focused on taking care of relatives in Jamaica over the last few days. And this is going to be a long-term thing. It's not a short-term thing. All right. So, and Food Plane says, oh my, thinking of you and your family. Ryan sending good vibes your way. Yeah, Ryan won't be with us today. I am here. I don't know if you like that or not, but I am here to do the thing. And actually, I'm just taking a look at some things here. I set something up. Yeah, okay. I think I got that. Yeah, I got it going on. Right now. So what we have today then, So Fitness IQ Cam says, "Did you hear that they were waiving barrel fees until the end of November?" Yeah, that's great. And I'll hold on to that thought before. But the thing is, there from what last night I hosted Black Men Can Talk, and one of my co-hosts, Kofi Morris, said, "Yeah, but the thing is, there's such a backup. We'll see if they continue." I think they should have that unlimited amount of time because it's going to take a long time to get things shipped down there. Now, yeah, the barrel frees are nice on that, but there's going to be such a backlog. Hopefully, it will get resolved. You're also saying I have no control in this numbering thing. I know you don't. I know you don't. And Food Plane says, "Hey, congratulations to the Toronto Blue Jays for amazing World Series." I congratulate them, but they lost that series. They lost that. Just that's my one of the best game sevens ever. Yeah, but I think that they lost that series. Just that's just my tape. I think they blew it. They had the opportunities to win it, and they didn't. So that's one of the things that you can chat because what we're going to be doing today. Well, you know what? Let me go to a break and we'll do it a little bit more formal. So doing like an open mic today, but let's do this break first, and then we'll come back and do some housekeeping and just open it up. So here we go.
Watch Primetime Saturdays on Saturdays 5 p.m. Eastern, where Aisha K. Staggers and Laura Lala Key try to make sense of the nonsense in American politics and culture.
Yeah, don't miss it. 5 p.m. Saturday afternoons Eastern Time. Aisha and Lala drop knowledge bombs on trying to make sense out of the nonsense that's going on in America. That's another thing that's going on. 40 million people in America that receive SNAP benefits, aka food stamps, aren't getting any anymore for the near future because of the impasse in American federal politics. All right, let's do some housekeeping. First things first, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Still trying to get, well, we're going to get to that 2K, but seems there being a little bit of a stall lately. So if you have subscribed, A1. If you haven't subscribed, would love you to if you're up to it. But anyways, any of you tell other people what we're doing on the Morning Vibe. Also, follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack. Join our Discord group if you are up to it. Please email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com or copy and paste that link that's you see on the screen. Also, to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of, please email me, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Also, can't forget our friend Dr. Tachi, or like I like to call her Dr. Tache, running Indie Soup Media, independent content creators platform, which I'm part of. About 25 independent content creators. She has on her platform over 28,000 YouTube subscribers. And again, only 4% of all YouTube channels have over 10,000 subscribers. And she did in about 20, I'd say 20 to 22 months. So check out a lot of great independent content providers on that platform. Okay, one more thing, and especially today, since it's sort of an open mic, we would love you to call in. Now, how can you call in? This is how you can call in. You can go to, what do I have it here? I have it somewhere here. I thought I had it here. Here we go. So if you got a question or take during any of my live shows, go to the website callme.rode.com. And this is what it looks like. And use the code FSPL8L. Once you do that, click on continue. And then what you need to do is make sure echo cancellation and automatic mic green are in the green. Put your name in, like I'm just doing right now, and then hit on join call, and you're there. So especially today, don't have any guests. It's just you and us, you and I against the world today. I'd love you to call in. All right. So just an FYI on loving you to call in today. So let's go back to here. See, I'm getting better at producing. Hey, aren't I getting better? Flowing a little bit better this morning. So let's do this. We'll come back here. and you're watching the Morning Vibe. Also, we haven't had it for a while. This is a Mix Up Monday. So it's your chance to shape the conversation. Bring in your questions, share your thoughts, suggest new topics, or simply vibe with the community today. So it's open mic, sort of. So anything you want to ask Dr. Vibe, we're here. If you want to call in, we're here. How was your weekend? How did it, for those who are in the Blue Jays, did you catch the Blue Jays and the LA Dodgers? What are your thoughts here? So let's go to some things. So Frequency of Emperor says, greetings, how goes it, Dr. Vibe, into the world? Well, I am blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles and solution for someone's problem. How about you? Hey, you've called in the past. Would love you to call in today and we can chop it up a little bit. I think that'd be great. I am fine. Energy's a lot to what's going on in Jamaica, and this is going to be a long-term thing. Speaking about Jamaica, for those who are interested in contributing to the helping of Jamaica, two things. So there's a website that you can go. It's an official website. All right. So let me bring it on here. So Hurricane Melissa Relief. Now, I will also put the website address on the screen here. But if you want to support Jamaica, here is the website, Hurricane Melissa Relief. And I'm going to go through it for just a bit. So you go it. There's preliminary national needs lists, report incidents, donate now, volunteer. For our case, probably, well, at least I think most of the people that are watching live right now are outside of Jamaica. I'm going to click on the needs list. And they've got different sections. So shelter and temporary accommodation, things like batteries, AA batteries, bedding foams, cots, flashlights, lanterns, mattresses, pillowcases, pillows, bungee cords, all these sort of things. They have the area of water, sanitation, hygiene, buckets with lids, collapsible water storage containers, heavy-duty garbage bags, hygiene kits, water purification kits, water storage tanks, debris and tools. Yeah, it was interesting in our family conversation yesterday. We were speaking with someone there, and they say chainsaws are needed because cutting down the trees or cutting up the trees that have been knocked down into smaller pieces so they can be disposed of. But everything, dump trucks, whole piles of things, hard hats. So family, you see, this is serious business. This is a serious need request. Health supplies, axes, batteries, battery drill set, blood pressure machines. Yes. All these things, claw hammers, pliers, whole pile of things that are needed. Ice packs, laptops, oxygen mats, a whole pile of things that are needed in the area of environmental health, back-mounted spray pumps, chlorine, chlorine tablets. Because remember, this has devastated the filtration system there. It's not, in some places, not the most hygienic right now. And there with a lot of mud, like there's some stories I could share. Maybe I'll get into it later, sensitive. But see, foods, here's Jamaica that is abundant when things are proper with food. But look at all the stuff they're needing. Carrots, broccoli, tomato, all these things, watermelon would grow naturally in Jamaica. They're needed now. They need it to survive. Cattle and feed for life, tools, equipment, irrigation, just so much stuff. Military needs, unless people got the heavy stuff, mosquito nets, sleeping mats. Again, this batteries again, water and hydration, bottled drinking water. So I just wanted to show that is taken up a lot of, and not in a bad way, in a good way, energy in regards to, stuff that's going on in Jamaica right now. So the website is there for you to look at. I'll keep it on for a little bit. I see some comments here. Let me just check things out. Okay. Here's a question from Food Plane. What's the biggest challenge in Jamaica right now? I'm sure there are many. What's the biggest challenge right now? from what I'm seeing is just getting supplies in there, and I think also clearing stuff. There's a lot of places down there that are impassable. Like, I don't know how much media reports, there are some cities, like there's a place called Black River. The streets are full of mud. Mud. Transportation is in some ways a standstill. So that hygiene and getting supplies down there, and it seems there's a global effort to assist Jamaica, which is very appreciative. I know Elon Musk has given everyone access to Starlink for a whole month, which is good in regards to communication. For myself, there was a relative I had not heard anything from since the day of Melissa hitting Jamaica to recently, a day or so ago. So that is an important thing. Frequency event promotions saying sending positive energy to JA. Thank you. How does insurance work in Jamaica? Are homes insured for this? Good question. And I'm glad other people are here. So just to do a reset, a morning vibe this morning, Ryan is not with us because he's helping in regards to family concerns in Montego. Oh, not Montego, just Jamaica. And also our scheduled guests, Donovan Ralph Martin Sr. He is tending to family requests for support in Jamaica. Donovan lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. So he's helping out in his way. Also, he actually showed me a picture of his grandmother's house. Totally devastated. Totally devastated. So it's somewhat an open today. It's a Mix It Up Monday. So again, on Mix It Up Mondays, it's your chance to shape the conversation, bring your questions, share your thoughts, suggest new topics, or simply vibe with the community. So it's an open mic today in regards to that. So we'll get back to some concerns here. Now, I am not 100%, like, I know that I'm sure that people had insurance in Jamaica. I don't know if everyone did, but I'm just taking a look in real time right now that I had heard a rumor that Jamaica had taken out an insurance policy for a large amount of money before Hurricane Melissa hit. So I'm just going to see if I can find in real time. Yes. Okay, here we go. So I'm reading a story here. All right. So let me see if I can set this up. But so Jamaica did take an insurance policy from last year in regards to hurricane protection. So let me just go quickly. So you're testing my production values here. So no problem. That's okay. Have the flexibility to do that. And you family are you used to me just doing things in real time. And thank you for your grace with myself in this. All right. So here's a story from CBC News saying how Jamaica took out an insurance policy for itself and why it's about to pay off after Hurricane Melissa. $150 million US catastrophe bond issued last year headed to full payout will provide Jamaica immediate help. This is from a few days ago, October 30th. So for the past decade, Jamaica has been building layers of financial protection in the event of a natural disaster. Now, after Hurricane Melissa tore through the country, destroying homes, roads, and essential infrastructure, the company's strategy might pay off and provide a model for climate vulnerable nations elsewhere. Last year, Jamaica, the country issued $150 million US in a catastrophe or CAT bond triggered in case of certain parameters related on how strong a hurricane is and where it passes through. Quote, they are linked to a central pressure of the hurricane when it makes landfall, unquote, said Florian Steger, of CEO of Incosa Investments, a Swiss firm that focuses on catastrophe bonds. A third party needs to verify the trigger, but there's no question in this case the necessary threshold has been crossed. So, quote, based on everything we see, the payouts are going to happen, unquote. Funds could get to Jamaica in a matter of days. The country also has multiple eggs in its disaster risk basket, including insurance policy to cover extreme rainfall and tropical streams through a regional pool that provides disaster insurance to Caribbean countries. Additionally, it can draw on the lines of credit with the World Bank and Inter-American Development Bank. Quote, Jamaica's strategy is, in my perspective, one of the most comprehensive at any country globally at the minute, unquote, said Connor Meehan, a risk financing officer at the UK-based Center for Disaster Protection. So in total, Jamaica's finance ministry says it has about $820 million US available in financing to draw from in the days and weeks after the disaster. That won't cover all of the likely billions of dollars damages needed, but the insurance-related financing will flow to Jamaica much faster and help quickly restore the most essential services like roads, healthcare, and communications. So I won't go any further, but the money is there. Let us hope it gets there in due and quick enough time, because it's really important that it does. So that's a little bit of an update in regards to the money seems to be available. Just now, how quickly it gets there, and will it be used correctly and judiciously? All right. So that is the answer to your question. Hopefully, Food Plane. Fitness IQ Cam says the damage I saw in Mobay Airport shocked me. I'm actually affected by Hurricane Melissa. Yeah, and I saw that news. How the whole airport would just flood out, as we say, flood out. And I think that planes are arriving and leaving from Mobay Airport. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I should check on that. But there we go. All right, Food Plane saying, on a different note, how's former producer Matt doing? Have you heard from him? I have not heard from him, and you know what? It's been on my alleged mind. So Food Plane, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to producer Matt this week to check in on him, and I will tell him that you asked how he was doing. Is that fair? Is that fair? I hope so. Okay, and you say, oh wow, yeah, and the funny thing is the eastern part of Jamaica, where Kingston is, the capital, wasn't hit as severely as the western part of Jamaica. Places like Montego Bay, St. Elizabeth Parish. St. Elizabeth Parish is basically the food basket of Jamaica, and it's been totally wiped out. It has been totally wiped out. So, not great. Not great. And yes, Food Plane, I saw your comment. I will tell producer Matt that you were asking about him. All right, what else is going on today? What else do you want to chat about? We haven't done one of these in a while, which is a good and not so good thing. I like doing them because it tests my chops of hosting things alone, but I also like having friends come on and share with us. We are scheduled to have Wayne Harris on Friday for Financial First Friday, so he'll be coming up. I've got to reach out to him, see what he wants to chat about. So what else do we have going on today? And it's interesting. One of my mentors told me in the past, if your guests don't show up, you can either cancel your show, or do a hand solo. I would rather do a show and hang out with you all because you're family. All right. So, okay. So Fitness IQ Cam has given us an update. Only emergency flights are being let out of Montego Bay Airport. And that was, she's saying, from Friday and Saturday. Okay. I'm sure a number of tourists have been stranded. Definitely sure about that. Okay. Yeah. So it's pretty intense down in Jamaica. Pretty intense. So let's continue the conversation. What else you want to chat about? We had a request for producer Matt. What else? Anything you want to ask Dr. Vibe about? This is a good time too. What sort of suggestions do you have for the show? Are you enjoying the new way I'm doing this promo spots? People going, oh, what's that all about? Oh, okay. So Fitness IQ Can says it's also Financial Literacy Month for Canada. Yes. Conveniently, just as the Christmas season starts. Okay, I see something here from the Food Plane. Like Food Plane and Fitness IQ Can, why don't you call in? Come on now, you're much better looking than myself. You'd probably be Or yeah, well, even when you're calling, you don't have to show your face, but you're always got a lot of great comments. What's the greatest advice you ever received? That's difficult. I can't say there's one piece of great advice. There's many pieces. If you want, I can give you a number of pieces of great advice. One of the things I always say at the end of our shows together is don't just manage your time, manage your energy, and remember to give yourself grace. Now, and I say that all the time, not only in shows, but I share that with people. So that's one thing off of the top of my alleged mind. So that's one thing we have. So good question. And Food Plane is a good time for you. Ask away. Ask away. But yeah, people do have suggestions for the morning vibe. I haven't done it. I throw it out periodically. Would you be supportive of the show going to 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays? What would what would your thoughts be on 3 days a week in the morning? Okay. So Food Plane says he loves that suggestion. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy, and remember to give yourself grace. And the reason why I say that is we're always saying, manage your time, but also you got to manage your energy for the time you're giving. And also giving yourself grace. I think some people take themselves too seriously and also too intense, and it not only impacts themselves, but how they deal with others or how they interact. So let me say interact with others. So, okay. So we got people driving the conversation. Frequency event promotions has said something. All right. The questions are coming in. Food Plane says, yes, so true about managing time and energy. Gotcha. And says, yes, again. Okay, let me do this. I'm multi-purposing now. So I'm doing a pile of things at once here. So give me grace. All right, let's go back to, oh no, Fitness IQ Cam says, I lost my voice from Saturday. Oh no. What are you taking to remedy? Are you just getting rest? Are you taking something to remedy that? And if not, give Carolyn, our friend, Carolyn Nicole from Energy Shack Juice Bar a call. All right? That's a suggestion. What have I learned from 2025? Oh boy, how long do you have? Uh, some of the things I've learned from 2025 is that uh, the importance of resiliency, being resilient in changing times, has even heightened more. Uh, well, I've always been this way, but even more so enjoying everyday life. Also, aiming to have a get to life, not a got to life. And people say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, a lot of times when you got to do something, a lot of times you don't go in with the greatest amount of energy. Oh, I got to do this. I rather have I get to do this. I get to do the morning vibe. That's something I look forward to. I get to do it. Um, anything else off? Let me just see. I'm just taking a look at something here. Because as I said, I'm multi-purposing, getting messages out to all the different platforms and chatting with you. So I'm multi-purposing. So those are two of the things off of my alleged mind. Also know the thing is the power of ask. And like these are things I've always, but they've amplified more. And a good example was when Ryan had his annual ACBN symposium. For the second year in a row, I had the chance to hang out with George Fraser before the event, pick him up. And we were coming down, he was coming down from his hotel room. And for those who don't know George Fraser, he's regarded as Black America's top networker and wrote a book many years ago called Success Runs in Our Race. Question, Frequency Event Promotion, do you have that book? And if you don't, you need to buy that and you need to read that. Just my suggestion. And I said, wow, I wanted to interview him. And I said, well, Dr. Fraser, we got a few hours before you're supposed to share with the audience at another location. Do you mind just we sit down here in the restaurant and do our conversation?" He said, "Sure." And ironically, it was 10 years ago from that time, approximately, that we first met. So it was like a 10-year retro of what was going on. I still haven't put out that conversation. I got to do that because it was a really, really good conversation. So those are some things from my alleged mind that I've learned in 2025. But keep on asking me that question. All right, next question. When you're feeling down, what lifts you up? Great question. What lifts me up is that it's bigger than me. And I remind myself of the things I have achieved, the small wins that I've had, not just the big ones, but especially the small wins that I have, and that periodically someone will call me and say, they'll just check in on me and say, "Hey, how you doing?" That I know that I have some positive value, not only on earth but above. Getting the opportunity, and I look at all the good things I've done. Hey, I have challenges just like everybody else. Believe me, I have challenges a lot. What also, if I'm feeling down, if I can't internally move forward, I can refer to a lot of things that I have on my resource library, or I'm blessed to have people that will help me in different ways, whether I have a good day or when I'm not having a good day. That keys. So I'm just saying I'm never, I may be alone, but I'm not lonely, right? I'm never alone. I may be alone, but I'm not lonely. So relationships, family and friends, and certainly for the last number of years, I've realized the significance of having solid relationships in my journey is fantastic. And also too, that people reach out to me. Now, yeah, just to, get suggestions or just, checking in how they do is a blessing. So that is some things that lift me up when I'm down. So Food Plane says, "Yes, so true." Yes, again, Food Plane. I'm really excited to be on your show in the new year. I am jacked for that. That is going to be fire, man. That is going to be fire. So with your show coming up in the new year, Food Plane, is it going to be pre-recorded or live? I'm curious if it's going to be pre-recorded or live. I'm good with either or, but just trying to uh-oh, did I just do something here? Did it come out properly? Yes, it did. Good. All right. Let me check on some things here. All right. So before we go to our next set of comments, let's do a reset here. Okay. So Ryan's not here. Our scheduled guest is not here. They're tending to family and friends in Jamaica. So you are watching The Morning Vibe with myself and most of the time, Ryan Knight. And what we're doing today is a Mix It Up Monday. It's your chance to shape the conversation, bring questions, share your thoughts, suggest new topics, or simply vibe with the community. All right. So that's what we're doing today. And believe it or not, a number of years ago, I wouldn't have done something like this. I just said, "Oh, we're not doing a show today." But I say, "Yeah, let's do things." All right. And the questions are like, Fitness IQ, Food Plane, and frequency of promotions are driving the conversation today. So let's get back to that while I'm multi-purposing here. And usually I would shout out you guys in the chat, but because I've got so many things on the go, you probably won't see that today, but I'll still do a thing. So Fitness IQ says that's a great way to change your mindset. I get to do this. Yeah. Yeah, I get to do things. Not I got to do things. Like I got to do some cleaning. I gotta look at the mindset. I get to do it so it makes a place looking better. So that is a thought process that I have. So thank you, Fitness IQ, for your take there. All right, frequency of rent promotion says, what does business support mean to you? First thoughts. Good question. The first thing that comes to my alleged mind, frequency of rent promotions, is support from people who have not only have experience but have the right heart and right intentions. I just check out, you're catching me from Twitch. Okay, so Frequency Event Promotions is watching me on Twitch. I'm all over that. Yeah, getting support from people, from their head and their heart, because not all support needs to be financial. Evaluated experience can be support. Um, being able to get information from places that will help myself move forward, but also will help others move forward. Because for me, money funds my mission. It's not the mission. Certainly funds it, but it's not. And also, so that would be the first thing that comes to my alleged mind. But I love that you're in on Twitch. That is massive. You are watching it from Twitch. That is good, man. That is good. Because I always get at least one or two people watching from Twitch, but I never get people from Twitch usually giving comments in real time. So that is fire. Okay, that's that. Be grateful. Okay, just give me a second here. I'm just putting in all the comment sections, the link to support Jamaica. And if you're having any challenges in that, certainly reach out to me and I can get you in contact with the right authorities. I know there's a benefit concert happening in Toronto this Thursday at the Jamaica Canadian Association. So you can check that out. I'm just doing some more stuff here in real time. So how am I doing? People are watching the show live between responding to the comments, putting stuff up there. How am I doing? Hanging in all right? Are you you're giving me grace? So I want to make sure that I'm not doing too much. I just want to do some things I normally do to make sure I put out the information about Jamaica, put out the information on how to get in contact with Ryan, put out the information how you can get in contact with me. So I will just put and watch the replay, and then I can focus on y'all in just a second. All right, let's do this. All right. So let's get back to another question. All right. So next question, the food plane. What's my biggest challenge being a content creator and or with the Dr. Vibe brand? Well, those are two different questions. So let me take the first one first. Well, I think as a first question, what's the biggest challenge being a content creator? I'll speak for myself, but I think for a lot of content creators that I know and I respect, the biggest challenge we have right now is what AI tools should we be using? Because every day there are different AI tools that are coming out. And it's like, which one should we be using? That I think right now may be the biggest challenge for content creators. For me, it's a challenge, but I'm beginning. So what I'm in the process of doing is on a doc, putting a list of all the AI tools that I regularly use and making a judgment. Do I use them on a regular basis? If I don't, if I can still get them for free, I'll use them. If not, kick them to the curb. Right now, AI is just so all over the place. I am using, and if people want to know some of the tools I'm using, ask me in the chat. I'll tell you what I'm using. But I think that's the biggest challenge for me as a content creator right now is what AI tools, choosing which ones to use and making sure that they give me a return on my investment, which is my time, which is the most important thing. The ROI they give me for my time. Now with the Dr. Vibe brand, the biggest challenge. You know what? In the past, it was growing the audience. It's not that much anymore because I do what I do. I don't. It's yes, I'd love to grow the audience, 100%, but just making this relevant to the audience and making sure that I'm serving you, the audience, and having fun doing it. And we always would like more sponsorship. Actually, I was having a conversation yesterday with someone, and they said, I know this such and such person in this institution. Would you like me to talk to them on your behalf? I said, sure. And I said to them, if I want to be honest, I don't want you to talk with them. Just give them a high level what to do. And if I could get an 11-minute conversation with them just to expose myself and what I do. So I'm looking at that. But I'm enjoying because this doing the Dr. Vibe show has led me to a lot of different opportunities. Because I'm doing it, been doing this so long. And the other day, someone said, "You know something, Dr. Vibe, I got to hand it to you. You are consistent, and consistency is important, especially in the content creators game. Consistency is important. So, consistency has led to consistent content creation, and also credibility leads to profitability from my thought process. So, that's just a off the top of my head, and that's a really good question. I haven't had that about, what's the biggest challenge I've had, with the brand and or as a content creator. Yeah, definitely the AI thing. And I'm sure some of you that are watching this live who are content creators and else, you would say that, AI is for some of you a bit of a challenge. So just nailing down the right ones and not being overwhelmed. And also too, a lot of content creators are solopreneurs. So getting your time also back and using it, the ROI. It's not just return on investment financial, but return on investment of your time. Okay, let's go. All right. So Food Plane's upcoming show, fantastic. It's going to be starting the new year. It's going to be live. So I'm going to be live with Food Plane. Hello. Looking forward to that. Food Plane says, thanks for the mention. Sure. So one other thing says, yes, being grateful is important. So Food Plane, with your live show, have you decided what live streaming platform you're going to use? Just curious because I've used one or two of them. So I may be able to help you shortcut the shortcut in regards to using a live stream platform. And I've done over 6,000 now live streams. So I may have a little bit of experience. Maybe and Fitness IQ says, yes, I haven't. I don't know what that means. Fitness IQ Cam says, I haven't seen sponsorship in a while. On this platform, there is, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Aha. But I want to expand. And the person who I had this conversation with yesterday, she is employed at a major institution in Canada. And notice, I'm just looking for a conversation. I'm not looking, I got to go after. I just want to get a conversation with them in regards to potential alignment. And just let me have some water here. Been doing a lot of chatting today, so give me grace. All right, some water. That I'm looking for a conversation. That's all I'm looking for, 11 minutes. People say 11 minutes, that's a whole other thing, but that's all I'm looking for, 11 minutes to see if I'll stop there because I'll go right down that rabbit hole. Yeah, so sponsorship thing in a while, but there's still money out there. And also too, people are looking for sponsors, especially if you're looking to get sponsored from big organizations. You should be knocking their doors now. Reason being is a lot of big organizations by the end of November already have their budgets in place for next year. So I would suggest going now, not to say that you can go during next year and see if you can get something. It's a better time now to reach out for next year to see where their priorities are and if you fit into their priorities. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll ask some more questions. You guys are on fire, especially again, kudos to Fitness IQ Cam, the Food Plane and Frequency Event Promotions. And we'll be back in a few seconds. Here we go.
Watch Black Canada Talking live on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern, where Cesar and Dima Musa gives his takes and POVs on news stories from a Black Canadian perspective. You won't want to miss it.
Okay, so there you go. Check out Cesar Nadima Musa. He was on yesterday. He was fire as always on Black Canada Talking, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. All right, let's get back again. Just a reset. Mix It Up Monday is your chance to shape the conversation, bring in your questions, share your thoughts, suggest new topics, or simply vibe with the community. So there's a number of people today vibing with Dr. Vibe. So this is your time to ask me questions. All right, next up by Food Plane. Okay, when you look at your first show in your first few years, what has changed the most? Hmm. Good question. What has changed the most? A better process. Because when I started, I had to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. All I had was a laptop, a microphone, and a dream. And I just, bang, I just started and I haven't quit. But when I first started, yeah, it wasn't as much as a process. Obviously, when I had no experience doing this, but I had passion. And I always said, how can I make what I'm doing bigger in regards to bigger and reach out and engage with more people? So what's changed the most? More shows. That's what's changed the most. More shows. I didn't vision initially having regularly 4 shows a week. That's changed the most. But again, it's become even more a get to for me. So, and if you want to listen to my first show, it's still up there. If you go to my website, thedrvibeshow.com, the first show we did, yeah, it was myself and a co-host at the time at my dining room table. It's still up there. I'm pretty sure it's still up there. If it isn't, tell me, but yeah, maybe that's some homework for me to do, to maybe pull up my first show and play a bit of it live during a show here on the Morning Vibe, and look where I came from. And I keep it purposely to show where I started. Because when I started, you couldn't do what you're doing now on one of these. Definitely. For me, I would say generally it's easier to start content creation now, but the marketplace is more crowded. For you, it's more challenging to stick out in a good way. There's so much competition. It's easy to get started. All you need is one of these. You can start. You can do a show right from this. And again, also the commitment. I would say, Food Plane, one of the questions my main mentor told me, who are you doing it for? Who are you fighting for? Who are you fighting for? Because it's got to be bigger than you. If it isn't bigger than you, it's going to be a steeper climb, right? Like, I wouldn't be doing this morning if I didn't want to do and serve you. As my main mentor said the other day, when he gets in front of an audience, whether it's a screen or face to face, he said 2 things: I want to serve the audience and have fun doing it. That was one of the best things I've heard in a while in regards to content creation. Hope that was good for you. Next up, Frequency of Promotion says, how do you choose to deal with persons that are kind but have selfish tendencies? All right. There's a number of different ways, but how I deal with them is that one of the key words that I have in my journey is alignment. If an individual organizations are not aligned, if we're not aligned, I don't go any further. And it can be tough at times. I'll give you a perfect example. A number of years ago, myself and another gentleman were working on a collaboration with a major organization in Canada. And we were coming from we had different opinions on how we should take the next step. And you know what? I pulled out. I said, you know what? We're not aligned. And it could have led to something good. Unfortunately, it didn't. But I think alignment is really key, because yes, we're always looking at the money part, but you know what? It can get, some of us don't understand how much our own energy can get drained, and we don't take account of how that, they say, oh, the money is great there, but if it's impacting your health, the money's not going to replace it. Your health is your wealth. Even to the other day, I had an entrepreneur that I assist, and she hadn't chatted with me in a while. And I said, that's okay. She has a situation that, and I won't don't go deep in it. She was getting to collaborate with a couple, and things are going good. And then all of a sudden the couple broke up. It's messy. And she's saying to herself, I'm having to deal with each one of them individually during this time, and they've broken up. And I suggested to her, I said, you know what? Write down, get out a piece of paper on one side, put the positives of continuing to trying to do this and the not positives, and then make that decision for yourself. And say, okay, can you continue on without them? She said, yes, but I'll have to find some other resources. I say, well, I'll provide suggested resources for you to do it. So you don't want to be working on this and saying, okay, it's a big opportunity, potential opportunity. That's enough drain on your energy enough. And then you're going to have to worry about the state of their relationship with each other and individually. That's a lot. Hope that answered your question a little bit. Frequency of event promotions in a roundabout way with examples, because a lot of times when I get questions these days, I like to use examples of either myself or people that I'm in communication with. Okay, so Food Plane says you're using StreamYard. Interesting about StreamYard. So I started off when I got very serious into live streaming using StreamYard. Great platform, user-friendly. About 2 years ago, and well, funny enough, StreamYard was created by two young gentlemen from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Great platform. For many years, they used to have town halls every Sunday night where they would take people's questions, etc. Really great, easy to use platform. And it's probably about 2.5 years ago, they were bought by a company from Europe called Bending Spoons. Bending Spoons owns also the platform, some people may know it, called meetup.com. They also own Evernote. They bought those properties over the last few years. Bending Spoons has a tendency that when they buy companies, they start taking away the free services and also jacking up the price. When Bending Spoons bought StreamYard, they increased the monthly subscription about 80%, which was absolutely ridiculous. And they weren't offering any more new services. They just jacked it up 80%. It caused a rash of people to leave the StreamYard platform and go to other platforms. Now, funny enough, over the last 4 or 5 months, almost at least every 2 weeks, StreamYard's now releasing new stuff, new services. And I'm part of a private group, and there are some people who are StreamYard subscribers, and they say, hey, are you going back to StreamYard? They said, no, just the way they handle me, I can't go back to that. Now, another funny thing I've heard about is the pricing they're offering. Now, there was a member that the gentleman who runs this group saying that he canceled his StreamYard account and they tried to keep him, and they offered him lower monthly rates than what they're offering now. I said, well, isn't that interesting? If you quit, they're going to offer you lower monthly rates. What about the people that have been with them for years and years and years? They're still charging that 80% jacked up rate. I said, that's crazy. And I've heard a lot of complaints about you send things to StreamYard for them to resolve. They don't answer. So it's been a real, and StreamYard had something really good going. Really, really good going. Gage and Dan, who found it, had something really good going. And it was a sad day in live stream history when they allowed Bending Spoons. This is just my thought, when Bending Spoons bought them. Now, StreamYard's a great user-friendly platform. I'd be curious to know, StreamYard, how much you're paying a month for StreamYard, because to see if it's a lower rate than a lot of people have monthly. But it's so sad, because let's put it this way: there's no live streaming platform that's going to give you everything. Almost almost all of them are going to have things that are missing. StreamYard, the ease of use, which is one of its original pillars. You can't beat StreamYard for ease of use. Easy to use. Now, I've taken a look at some of the features they brought up. Now, I'm going, but they are aggressive. So I think it was badly reverse engineer. Jack up your price, and then a year after start introducing new things. So that's my take on StreamYard. Okay, Fitness IQ says, any ginger lemonade? Yes. Got to make another batch today. That's like, these days, that's all I drink, either water or ginger lemonade. When I go out to the grocery store, at least once a week, I go out and buy about 9 to 10 lemons to make my ginger lemonade. So there's always ginger lemonade going on, Fitness IQ Cam. Okay, how would I describe the beautiful Canada of people of Canada in 3 words? We are not Americans. Let me put that one out. We are not Americans. That's what I would say. All right. Good morning, Mr. Ray McMillan. Love this conversation. This is a masterclass. Wow. I'm humbled. Thank you. I didn't realize. I'm just sharing. That's all I'm doing. I'm sharing and giving suggestions. Okay. So it was $25, right? It's now $50. Is that for the basic program? Because when I first subscribed to StreamYard, there was a plan. I think it was a professional program. It was $49 a month. They jacked that up to like almost $90 a month. So I haven't taken a look at their pricing in a while. I will make a suggestion. I'm not using Stream right now. I'm using another platform called EV Mux. It's cheaper. It's a little bit more of a learning curve, but it's cheaper than StreamYard, and there's a lot of things that EV Mux offers StreamYard doesn't. There's some things that StreamYard has, and there's some little hiccups, and there's a bit of a learning curve. But for the $49 US a month, it's fantastic. Fantastic. So just a thought. Okay. Freaks Event, Promotion says, how do you know it's time to reinvent your business, letting go of existing contact in pursuit of new business? I think I'm always thinking about reinventing myself and my business. One of the things I always have in my head is I always say, the more you know, the more you need to know, especially in the times that are moving so fast. How is it time to reinvent? I always think about reinventing. I'm always thinking not one step ahead, 2 steps ahead. So I'm always looking to be better. Always looking to be better. Like I said earlier on, I put it out there. Does anyone think the Morning Vibe, would you support the Morning Vibe going to 3 days a week? It's not a hard thing to do, but I want to do it right. Going back to Food Plane about how things have changed from my first show to now, more strategic and more intentional. And also, when I started this, I didn't manage my time and energy. Now I'm more intentional of managing my time and energy with everything I do. Managing my time and my energy. Self-care, really important. So Frequency Event Promotion, I hope that helped you. This is why you should call in, Frequency Manager. We can go into a deeper dive. I can just give you an answer back and I don't hear anything from you, but this is why I want you to call. Yes, Fitness IQ Camp says, yes, they are adding to new things. They are. Some of them I think are useful. Some of them I go, but I say good job bending spoons, but you added these things a lot too late. It's going to be hard. Okay. So that was 4 words. My answer, we're not Americans. That's 3 words. We're not Americans. Not 4. That's 3 words. So Food Plane says, yes. Other plans went up too. It's the tier above the free one that's $50. Yeah, I think if I'm correct, that $50 one only gives you multi-streaming to 3 platforms, which would not be ever enough for me. I need to broadcast on many platforms because right now, I'm broadcasting on 4, 6, 7 different platforms. 7 different platforms. So yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the philosophy when someone's quitting you. And we do this in a lot of business will do this. It's called loyalty and retention. They don't want churn, which I'm probably sure they had a lot of when StreamYard raised its price. But why aren't you offering the discounted rate? And I can understand as a business, if people don't complain, they're happy, keep them where they're at. Why don't you do something for your people that have been around for a few years, saying, hey, you know what? Just as an act of courtesy, act of loyalty, we're going to offer you reduced plan. And hey, Say something like this. Okay, we'll offer you this reduced pricing if you go yearly. Even that, nothing. Okay. Fitness IQ Cam says, great question, Christopher. All right, I answered it. Look who's in the house. Dr. Taché is in the house. We're doing a Mix It Up Monday, Dr. Taché, so you can make comments on anything. For those who are in the United States, what's going on with the SNAP benefits? Like, I'm still shaking my head that 42 million people in America are on food stamps. I thought it was the greatest country in the world. Not saying I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Uh Last question for me. What's in store for Dr. Vibe? In what regards? Food Plane says, hello, Dr. Tachi. Food Plane says, yeah, greed. Okay. Oh, so Frequency of Promotion says, what's in store for Dr. Vibe in 2026? It looks like I'm going to be launching a new show with myself and two other individuals. Won't tell you what it's about yet, but I will say we've been doing some demo recording just to make sure we have a flow, because I'm the person with the most experience. The two other individuals haven't done it before, so we're bringing them along. And it's actually funny, we have a person that has deep experience in his niche. And it's funny, I was at an event last week and his mentor came up to me and said, hey, Dr. Vibe, I see you're working with so-and-so. I go, well, how do you know that? Well, I'm his mentor. I go, oh, okay. But I'm really excited about this beta show that we're working on. I'm very excited about it. Especially one of the gentlemen brings so much experience in his niche. It's great. Fantastic. Really looking forward to that. So that's one thing. Would like the morning vibe to go to 3 mornings a week. I'm ping-ponging that back and forth. I'd like it to go 3 days a week. Or also maybe having a show. Well, I'll throw it out there. I did some research just saying maybe doing a show during the midday. And I go, oh, well, people are on break, etc. that. Or maybe, again, I'll put it out there. What are your thoughts, everyone, of the morning vibe starting earlier? And the reason being is that, we broadcast 9 a.m. Eastern time, Monday and Friday mornings. A lot of people have started work then. So the work audience, probably not going to see it. So one of the things I've been getting feedback on research-wise is maybe starting the morning vibe at 7 a.m. in the morning. So it's people before they start their commute to work, you catch them. Like a lot of traditional media, their morning shows are there's the CBS Morning, the Today Show, Good Morning America, which actually today on November 3rd is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Hello. So what do you think about having the morning vibe start at an earlier hour Eastern time? Oh, just what I thought. Relationships do as well. Okay, Fitness Out Cam, can you expand on that? Because I can't remember about what I said about relationships. All right. Frequency of promotions. I said Fitness IQ Cam. Yeah. Can you just give me more elaboration on your comment? Now you're on YouTube. Frequency of promotion saying hashtag capitalism divide and conquer, keeping the things the same status quo. Interesting. By the way, tomorrow on Tuesday, November 4th in New York, there's a very important election. And Mr. Nandami, I think is his name. If I get it wrong, it's my head, not my heart. He may be elected as a Muslim as mayor of New York City. Ooh, is that going to be some fire if that happens? If that's going to be fire. So Frequency of Promotions says, have a good day, everyone. Remember this network locally and globally. You didn't answer my question, Frequency of Promotions. Do you have the book Success Runs in Our Race? If you don't, you need to have it. All right. Dr. Tachi says, hey, food plane. Fitness IQ Cam says, absolutely not for earlier hour. Okay. How about 8 o'clock in the morning? Well, see, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for your feedback. Frequency Event Promotion says 7 a.m. start time would be great and keeping the show only to an hour. Oh, okay. So people like Frequency Event Promotions and Fitness IQ Cam, if you can reach out, I'd like to have some conversations and get your feedback on what you provided. Fitness IQ Cam says no, not earlier. Frequency Event Pro says yes. I've done some research. I'd like to share with you and get your feedback if you have time in your positive, productive schedules. I don't use the word busy. I like positive, productive. All right. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm doing research on that and I'm thinking about it. But also, that's another thing too. I did try to put out a survey. I've got to do it again. I didn't launch it properly. And someone told me that if you're doing a survey, for the people who are participating, offer a giveaway. So I do have a giveaway I can provide. So we'll have to relaunch the survey and probably good. I do it this month because if I do it, I'm doing it in December, people are just thinking holiday season. I have to put that down on the docket. All right. Fitness IQ Cam now says, she goes, battling a dog right now, can only listen. That's fine. Hey, Michelle Baptiste says 7 a.m. start time rocks for the early riser and me. Thank you. Okay. I'm getting feedback. So 2 people say 7 a.m. No. One person's, well, say yes. 2 people say, no. Fitness IQ, she's not an early riser. Well, that's the thing. You can't get everybody, right? You can't get anyone. You want to see the most people you can get. Now, that's where I stand. Any other things we want to talk about in the morning? I'm good for another 15, 20 minutes if you want to put some stuff out. Give me a chance now to catch up on shouting out some people. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm putting myself a pat on the back. Did this today and did the core things I need to get out engagement wise. I'm working on some other stuff right now. Shouting out some people. Would love someone to call. That'd be great. That would be so great. That audio feature. Because none of you are calling. And this is the thing, it's only your voice. You don't have to be on camera. Save. Good. You here. Okay. All right, I'm going to actually hit on another question. Okay. So people who are watching live, give me a win that you've had recently. Can be big, can be small. What's a win that you've had recently? Let's celebrate each other. What's a win that you've had recently? I don't want to be the one to start off, but if you want, I can. So what's a win that I've had? Doing this today and being able to multi-purpose. And let me put this in context. A number of years ago, I had a chance to do some heart work at the Salvation Army in downtown Toronto. And so they asked me to share in front of some people. And and were people who were receiving Salvation Army services at the time. Some of them very challenged. And first thing I asked them is, what's a win that you had today? And a gentleman got up from the desk and he was half blind. He said, Dr. Vibe, my win today is I got out of bed in the morning. Doesn't this really show you how the little things make a difference? All right. And I see your comment, Fitness IQ. I'll get you in just a second. I'm just okay. Let me do this. Send it out here. Okay, so Fitness IQ Cam says you would probably only get viewers, but not folks engaging with you because it's commute time. It's a good point, but they'd be watching on their phones. So you don't think they type on their phones? Just a thought. It's a good point. I would get viewers, but would the engagement be the same? Good point. Because ideally you want live viewership and live engagement. Don't know. What's everyone's thought on that? So if the okay. Oh, so Michelle says Bapti and her mother, who's a wonderful socialist. My mom got into transitional retirement care. Good, albeit begrudgingly and discharged from the hospital. Okay, well, let's say that she's in a better place. Let's say that. Let's say that. That's fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. I celebrate. That's a win. That's a win. 100%. That's a win. Good stuff. So you're still watching the Morning Vibe, folks. Just want to make you aware that you're still watching the Morning Vibe. We're just doing Mix It Up Mondays. Now, just to say that scheduled on Friday is Wayne Harris, financial educator, doing his monthly Financial First Fridays. I almost lost that for a second in my alleged mind. Yeah. I will hope to have a subject for him from him by end of the day today or tomorrow, and I'll post it up. So for those who follow Dr. Vibe on YouTube, you'll get the notification of what we're chatting about this Friday. Then a week from today, we'll have Carolyn Nicole from Energy Shack Juice Bar, who does monthly appearances on the second Monday of each month. Last month, she had to do it on a Friday because things were so crazy, but she has her topics for this month and next month. She's already given them to me, so they're good to go. So she is set for the up to the end of the year. And Ralph Martin Sr., who was supposed to be with us today, I will see if he can come back on another day this month. He's usually on the first Monday of each month. Anybody else? Save. Thanks for your. Okay, I'm going to read your messages in just a moment, Michelle. Okay, and you know what? I put the message on oh, that's Ray. I got Ray. Good. All right. Okay, let's go here. Okay, Michelle says, my mom is not handling the transition well. She has threatened to take a taxi home. Oh my goodness. You know what, Michelle? So 2 weeks from today, Desiree King, I think you've seen her. She's been coming on once a month and doing a series about Black elderly care. Now, your mother is not Black. I know that. I would suggest that you raise that situation, or actually raise that point when she's on live, or if you want, I can give you her contact information. She can provide some suggestions with that situation. And it's very tough because our elderly, they don't like transition well. Most of us don't, but they don't like that sort of transition. So I'm not surprised, but I am concerned. Michelle says, I hope that your family and extended family in Jamaica are recovering from we can talk offline about that. I spoke about that earlier on in our show today. It's very challenging. Very, not just in the physical, with the emotional. You know, I know a number of people, their lifetime residence is gone. And we have to think, yes, there's the physical part of rebuilding, but the emotional, the trauma, the mental anguish, it's gonna be a long journey back. Long journey back. All right, Fitness IQ Cam says a win, question mark. What are you talking about, Fitness IQ Cam? Oh, you wanted me to say a win. I think I did. I said that one of my wins was being able to do this. It's a get to do it. So that's a win. Oh, look at this. Frequency of event potions. I thought you were gone, but you're still here. Why don't you call in? Oh, it's all right. What is the name of the book and author you shared into the program here, please? The name of the book and author you shared into the program here. I'm not connecting there. The name of the, oh, yes. Oh, you want me to share it here? Okay, I'll share it here. I think this is the one that, okay, Fraser. I think you're mentioning with the George Fraser book, Success. And interesting enough, Ryan will not be here on Friday. I know already, because if you were here with us last Friday, he is actually going to the Power Networking Conference in Atlanta, which is held by Dr. George Fraser. So he won't be here with us on Friday. Now, he said there may be an opportunity he may be able to come on and join us from there on Friday. I've got to reach out to him. All right. Frequency event promotions. I've put in the chat on YouTube the name of the book, and I will also show it on screen. Success Runs in Our Race, George Fraser. Many years old, but it's I think they even use it at HBCUs in the United States in their business programs. Master networker, which is an interesting fact. When he appeared virtually during the pandemic for the Afro-Caribbean Business Network conference, he did an amazing presentation about the 7 biggest mistakes people make in networking. So gold. So gold. That was amazing. Okay, she says, thanks, Dr. Vibe, for not asking to rephrase the question. Clarity. Actually, that's another thing going back to what the food plane mentioned to me at the beginning, how things are, I have more clarity now in what I'm doing. There's still challenges, but I know who I'm serving, what's the reason I'm doing it for. That's so helpful when you're on a journey. When you know you have that clarity, that's so helpful, whether it's business, personal. Having clarity in my thought process allows you a better opportunity of hitting your intended target or goal. I don't think most of us want to work in chaos. Not me anyways. If you choose to, go for it. I don't choose to. Try to get clarity. And I also, food plane, you had asked me, I'm more focused on what my needs and wants are, and I've learned to say no. No is a complete sentence, and I have my boundaries. All right. Anything else? Probably go for another 10 minutes. So frequency of event promotions, confirm that you got the title of the book. I put it in the comments section on YouTube. I also put it on the screen. I would suggest you get this book. Just a thought. Anything else for today? This has gone fantastic. Well, I came into it with positive expectations because I know that families in here, and whenever you have it, I think it's not something we do a lot, but when we get a chance to do it, to open up, okay. All right, so Frequency Event Promotion says, I'm going in for real now. Networking works. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. What was the cause for you now to go in real? What has shifted? Something had to happen for you to say you're going in for real now. Whereas were you saying you weren't going in real before? Just asking. and what does that for real now look like? And if you want, we can take that offline, but those are some questions I have for you. What does that look like going in for real? Just thoughts. Just thoughts. Okay. Any other questions, thoughts, suggestions? I'm really excited how this went today. As I said, we haven't done one of these for a long time, and just circumstances happen. As I said, I could have canceled, said, no, I don't want to go and scream by myself, but yes, I do, because it's bigger than me. I'm serving you. Also, remember, the biggest leaders are the biggest servers. The biggest leaders are the biggest servers. Just a thought. Just a thought. Anything else anyone wants to add today? Oh, we got something new add on. Oh, Dr. Tachi, don't worry. Sorry I missed most of the conference. Dr. Tachi, you got enough going on. So, Dr. Tachi, I want to put it out there. If you want to join me on Friday, because I'm pretty sure Ryan's not going to be with us, because he's going to be probably at the Power Networking Conference in Atlanta. If you want to co-host with me on Friday, DM me via Instagram. We can make that happen. I'm going to have Wayne Harris on. Frequency for Promotion says, for clarity, I was saying I'm going in for real now, meaning I was saying I'm going for real now. Oh, you're going to leave now. Okay. I thought it was about the networking thing. See you all on Friday. No problem. And certainly you're more than free to reach out to me in between. Michelle says, I did listen to Desiree's session regarding senior care. It's very insightful. I'm looking forward to her next visit to your show. Thank you. I will make sure I tell her that. Yeah, she's going to be on 2 weeks from today. And Michelle's series has been a beautiful thing, because I don't think too many Black Canadian online platforms have taken a focused look on Black elderly care and her expertise in it. And I'm speaking that's going to make her bigger and bigger, serving more and more people in that area. Yeah, Michelle's been like, you were asking, I know someone's asking about 2025, like having consistent guests like Carolyn, who's now been on for 2 years in a row. Wayne has been on for a while. Desiree, and all bringing different areas of expertise that are important in our everyday lives has been fantastic. Even periodically, Perry Douglas comes on, being able to get the quality of individuals to share with you and help as much as possible, help you score goals and get wins is a continuous joy. Dr. Tachi comes in once in a while. Joy, she's got more than enough going on, and having the opportunity. Oh, Emma Ansa. Can't forget Emma. Yeah, Emma, and also Emma coming on monthly, Donovan, Ralph Martin, having those regular visits by each one of them, bringing different areas of everyday life from a Black lens has been fantastic. That has been fantastic. And again, that's going back to what you said earlier on, Fitnet IQ relationships is foundational. And the most important relationship, my suggestion you need to look at, is the one with yourself. That has been that's the most important relationship to focus on. All right. Who else? Got a lot of people watching on the YouTube thing. What's going on in the YouTube? Oh, actually, you know what? Why don't I put this up? Speaking about YouTube. So people are asking about what's going on in Jamaica. Let's see. I've got a thing here from YouTube. Let's see if this is going to behave. Let's take a look. Actually, I think it's from TVJ, Television Jamaica. Make sure you asked about, what's going on in Jamaica. Let's see if we can bring this to light. All right, let me just make sure the volume's there. All right, so, and give me a thumbs up if you're able to hear this clearly. So let me play this clip. Here we go.
Since the passage of Hurricane Melissa, they say more attention is being placed on coastal communities. In their assessment, the situation in parts of Trelawney is almost like the end of the world, and they're seeking help. Joan Montague is a primary school teacher in Low River, South Trelawney. But since the passage of Hurricane Melissa, she's getting one of the biggest tests of her life.
Everything is left perishing inside the building. I have nowhere to live. I'm now staying with my neighbor.
Melissa's fury caused her 7-bedroom, 2-story house to collapse into the nearby gully. She said it is a miracle she's still alive.
Well, on the Tuesday when the hurricane was approaching, I was in my dwelling on the first floor of the building, and I looked through the window and I realized that the switch pipe were cracking up. And I grabbed the bag that I had packed with my documents, and I looked on the outside. You look at the step, I realized the step was cracking up. I ran up the step. When I reached the top of the road, I realized that there was a ditch between my house and the road itself. I had to jump over the ditch and escape to my neighbor's house.
Right across South Trelawney, similar stories of terror during the passage of the hurricane. In Wait a Bit, Marcy McLean told us she lost her livelihood and her sister's grave was also taken by landslide.
I lose a house, I lose a shop, I lose my chicken coop with my chicken them in it.
Did you have goods in the shop?
Goods, and them take them away. All my music, my little sound box, them also take them away.
Now, South Trelawney is the main producer of yams in the country, one of the island's biggest agricultural export product. But in the wake of the hurricane,
All of the yam field them gone down.
I lost my back part of my house that was ply. It gone. My farm, over 600 yam, it gone.
Not no left stand up. Now peas plant, yam, cocoa, everything, banana, everything.
on top of that, trauma.
Well, when we look on the storm, I look on the place and just coming like I in a world.
My experience of this storm, whoa, I wouldn't want my greatest enemy to experience this storm if they never experienced it before.
I never see a storm like this.
Judgment.
We have to hold door gone. We hold window fly out. We have to just put we head in a one little place.
In places like Greentown, another farming community, which also supplies water to many other communities, widespread flooding. One resident, Patricia Powell, took us through the community.
The farming area is really damaged and millions of dollars have lost based on words from the farmers down there. This is a dam where many persons get their water from, and many residents sell water from the dam as well.
And to make matters worse, the residents believe this section of the parish has been neglected by the authorities. They told us they are yet to receive any form of aid.
Okay. So I hope you could hear that okay. So that's a little bit of a scene of what's going on in Jamaica right now. Okay, so Dr. Tachi says, my God, yeah, it's pretty serious. Michelle, thank you. As you said, you could hear that okay. Appreciate that. Again, the website address to find out what they need. And if you want, you can get in contact with me and I can get you in contact with the correct authorities. Support. There's supportjamaica.gov.jm to find out what they need. And there's many things, even simple things like batteries. Batteries are needed. And you saw with the devastation, that's just one part of Jamaica. And look at all the, hygiene and things like that. There's a lot of challenge that's going on down there right now. And Dr. Taji says that's so unfortunate. Absolutely. It is really, really unfortunate. The only part of not all parts of Jamaica were hit that hard. Like the eastern part of Jamaica was not hit as hard as the western part. The western part is where most of my family is. But everyone's accounted for, but the devastation is huge. I'll try by Friday to maybe have some more video of the situation. All right. Michelle says, my heart is with everyone during this emotional time. Yeah, the emotional trauma is going to last for a long time. Okay, Fitness IQ Cam says, a win. I survived this walk with this dog. So she survived the walk with the dog, which is fantastic. All right. Anything else we got to jam about today as we do a Mix Up Monday? We haven't done one for a while. I think it came out pretty good. I want to give everyone a clap here who chimed in, where they're live on replay. That's fantastic. So I got it again. A few more minutes. Anyone have anything else they want to chat about? Questions? Again, thanks to everyone who came in live and on the replay. It's appreciated, not taken for granted. Thank you to Fitness IQ Cam, the food plane, Frequency Event Promotions. So did I say the food plan? I think I said food plan. Frequency Event Promotions, Fitness IQ Cam, Dr. Tachi, Michelle. I don't know if there's anybody else. Make sure that everyone gets tapped in. And again, thank you, Frequency Event Promotions and Frequency Event Promotions on providing feedback. Maybe should we alter the time of the morning vibe? But you can always reach out to me separately and just give me your input. And I'm glad I had this now, because we did launch a survey a little while back. It didn't go. I don't think I launched it properly, and plus there wasn't a giveaway end to it. So now I do have something to give away for this survey. So I have to make sure as I said, do this survey before December, because when December hits, people are not thinking much, they're just thinking holiday time. So I got to take a look at that survey and get out in the next little bit. All right. Any final questions for Dr. Vibe? Any other questions? We've had a cornucopia of things go down today. Any final questions before we steal from my good associate, Dr. Tachi, before I exit stage left? Yeah, and we're always looking to improve how we engage and what we provide you. And like I said, I have a good feel about the regular guests we have on. They cover different areas from like health, finance and wealth, social justice, also black culture, black content. Actually, one of the things I'm planning to do is get someone come on and talk about if the holidays are a challenging time for you emotionally because of lost ones in the past, to bring to how to handle it mindset wise. Okay, so I'm getting I look at this. I'm getting blamed for jinxing the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays jinxed themselves, Fitness IQ Cam. They had lots of opportunity to win that game. Right? They had lots of opportunity to win that game. It's game 6 and game 7. Let's put it this way, Fitness IQ Cam. The Blue Jays in game 7 left 13 men on base. More than enough. All right. Michelle Baptiste says, I am always learning from your quality guests. Thank you. Appreciate that. I learned from them too. Fitness IQ has, note we spoke and you put bad juju. I wasn't hitting the ball. I wasn't throwing the ball. I had nothing to do with that. I wasn't running the bases. So don't put that on me. Thank you very much. I rebuke that. As we say, I rebuke it. I rebuke it. All right. I know Fitness IQ Cam is going to come back with me something now. So let me just wait for our last comment, and we will, I think it's an old album by Paula Abdul, I Will Shut Up and Dance. I know she's going to have, we'll wait for her last comment, and then we will call it. Wow. Would anyone want to see another video of the goings on in Jamaica? If you want to, I will show another one, then we can close out. So would anyone else want Fitness IQ Camps is also the question about the holidays. I will decide how the Christmas holidays will be. There you go. Would anyone like to see one more video about the conditions in Jamaica, or we can sign off now? So I'm going to leave it to y'all. Would you like to see one more video, yes or no? And then we will certainly call it a day. We will call it a day. Let me, there. All right. Okay. Fitness IQ Camp says avoidance altogether or find love and peace within my village. And Fitness IQ Camp says, okay, let's do this thing. Says, yes, please. And Dr. Tachi says, sure. Okay. Let me just set it up and we will, this one is a little bit longer. And then we will close it out. So let me just set this up properly so you can see it right from the get-go. Okay. We will do this. Okay, we're set up on the screen. And give me a thumbs up or a yes saying that you can hear it. I'm going to start playing it now.
What now? Hi, I'm Debbie. It was Jamaica's worst storm on record. Many Jamaicans still in shock, barely coping, and just beginning to count the cost of Hurricane Melissa. The shocking images of destruction and dislocation speak volumes. Whilst Kingston may have dodged the bullet, nowhere was Melissa's primal power felt more forcefully than in St. Elizabeth, the coastal town of Black River, hardest hit, and now the focus of a long and hard road to recovery.
The signs bleak for Black River and its environs Thursday. Ripped up roads narrowly passable and crisscrossed with twisted power cables. Even the leaves gone in this mangled wasteland.
It's devastated. Bad.
Folks leaving town with what they could salvage.
None at all. Believe me, I tell you, hard shit, you can't come back.
Melissa's impact felt by all, and despair already setting in.
Is that we relocate or rebuild? And I don't know how we have to start from scratch, and trust me, if you have kids to go to school and all of the above, it's really rough for everybody. Everybody. I mean, hit one person, if you say, oh, your roof on, everybody roof gone. There's no pointing of fingers if you say, oh, I was good. No, everybody get hit.
This man, a mechanic in town. The wind took his roof, but water surging in from the sea, sealing his misery.
Water start push out lick the wall and bust the wall. Then the two vehicles, all three vehicles start float. It's a tall of water. So basically we're down the beach, and trust me, if you look at the beach right now, you couldn't believe say at the same beach that do all of this. Pretty and nice. Our baby can't go swim in it now.
Surprised he could still smile. Them too, given the awful stats.
Maybe 5% of rooftops are still standing. Everybody else is gone. This is a real disaster.
Finally, in Black River itself. where to start. The mud. The stench. The desolation.
And I can just see how the place look better. Eh? Well, I don't even want to give you a conversation right now, dog. Just look on the place.
Imagine the force that did this.
Good afternoon, my name is Tiffany McDonald. I live in Vineyard, my house blow down, I don't live anywhere. People yard me catch me, have a 5-year-old, I need help. Help at Black River, me come and look food.
I'm heartbroken when I came to Black River on the bridge. I burst out in tears, crying straight to the hospital.
Stories of desperation, but also of resilience.
Eventually the breeze blew my window off and I said to my grandson, come, let's take the mattress off the divan. And I put the divan on my window and I take the dresser and I brace it. And when I looked, another window was getting out and I said, come, let's put the wall rope there. And we put the wall rope there and we brace it. If not, my 2 windows would come out, but thank God I have life today.
Many others just dazed and confused. Some belongings saved. Memory of trauma very much fresh.
I never see hurricane tear up wall, concrete wall. Like when you would look and see what happened in Haiti, it's like Haiti come Jamaica right now. Believe me, if I get the opportunity and hear that another one coming, and I have the opportunity to leave Jamaica, I would leave Jamaica. I wouldn't like experience this anymore.
Food and water in short supply Thursday, not much of anything getting in. Sourcing sustenance for others not able to make it, the mission of this man.
When you them there, get us some food and things for you them and for all people that we can't come out of the district, you know. And for family them and loved ones, but we need help seeing we can. Only more things are gonna need because we can't even get them in our community. We have to go walk and try to cut some road and get donkey and them things that we carry up there. So we're going to need some whole heap of help up in the Haddiston district there. If the road even clean, no vehicle can go up there. Not even tractor. I'm born and grow and I hear people talk about 51. This and that, Gilbert, everybody, Ivan, everybody. These are the wickedest thing we ever see. Everything. Our concrete house blow down.
I see no store, no supermarket, nothing open back in Black River. I get this goods from a police officer who was holding a door and he said like they give him permission to give away this stuff. So he gave me this stuff.
Some encounters bordering on the bizarre.
This storm help the people.
Explain.
The food, look here. Look here. Look at food that I've got. Look here. Look in my hair how much food I've got. When the storm never come, they wouldn't got this, and they're so hungry in this country. The people in this country is so hungry. So this storm is so good for the people. Make it mash up the place.
We saw people lugging crates and plastic bags filled with goods.
Out at the supermarket, them man, because I don't know, so supermarket them tear up, so any local food and thing. You understand? We're up on the hunting. I tell you, say place, grind up.
I don't know where super place me go find it, see? We can't find a little ball and see me still a few years because we can do better. Our man chips have been eating.
This shop still in the process of being cleaned out. Perhaps desperation rather than intentional looting. But someone set to pick up the cost.
Looting and, stuff like that. So that's the situation we're in.
St. John's Anglican Church, a landmark. Not much left. This lady from nearby Crawford.
Mr. Green, per liter, we are asking for your help in Crawford. No straw no leave and turn down there, at least you're supposed to see. You're supposed to see. Right? Because we know we Prime Minister fly over our head, but you're supposed to hear. We need you down there. We need you down there. All that body down there.
He hails from Parity.
The sea come in my house and catch me right here. I have to put on my life jacket to save my life. You have wall house. The sea take it and gone, not even the spot you can't even see where it was.
And no time to be sick in Black River.
the hospital. If anyone's sick right now, the hospital cannot help. Black River Hospital, roof gone, everything in disarray.
I came out here to help, but I can't help. I have to go.
And it's time to a port.
This fisherman was out at sea and managed to escape to Honduras before returning with his catch.
So we have them on the boat right now for selling. So who we gonna sell them to in this moment, bro? No dinero. Malo. God, the whole place in disaster.
Cars and trucks tossed around like toys during the hurricane. Not to mention board and zinc homes. Where do these people go now?
We sleep in the boats.
Shelter at a premium in Black River.
Everyone is trying to help themselves at the moment, but still waiting on the major help, you know. Right now it's just about survival, as you can see.
Very body. You see it? From head, me have to carry. We have to jog it. We have to do it. Happy first experience in a Black River. Black River no good again. Black River. Help!
It's the spiritual wickedness cause all of this. Love we say.
If you come to Vineyard, you know it's the neighboring community. It's bad. People lose shops, they lose their houses, they lose everything. It's unbearable, it's devastated. Honestly, I don't know when St. Elizabeth will come back. I don't know, honestly. One year apart, we get 2 Hurricane Beryl and now Melissa. It's just unbearable. It's traumatizing. You know, we don't know when our children will be going back to school. You know, no electricity. It's just unbearable. Mosquito go kill us, so we want to know come spray the place, please, and thank you.
During the hurricane, I prayed a lot. I normally pray no, but I pray extra this time. Rooftop flat. Not to mention the farming sector, peanuts, cereal, pumpkin, corn, everything wash out. We are going to be out of job for a long time, and we have young children, and the more help we get, it is better. So whoever can stretch forth their hands and give us a help, we are grateful.
Along with the prayers, frustration bubbling up.
People are suffering, people in the hospital right now can't move, people sick, people dead in their house and no politician. When I vote in time, you see politician already.
It's going to take a long time to build back, but thank God, as I say, to live. That is the greatest. Once you got left, we got everything.
The grit in the face of seeming hopelessness, a big takeaway from the devastation in St. Elizabeth, as the focus now shifts to the long and hard road to recovery.
And when the aid come, me pray and hope they don't play politics with it. Make the aid share equal amongst everybody, because everybody is suffering at this.
But I have confidence in the government because I know they're going to do things through the proper channel.
Can't know about survive, though.
Okay, so thanks for those who hung in to watch that report. I thought I'd give a little bit more deeper report, especially what's going on in Black River in Jamaica. Fitness IQ Cam says, I hope it is built up soon. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. Dr. Tachi says, this is what they need now to consider when they are letting all these foreigners to build hotels. They need to be taxed at a much higher rate, or to taxed at a much higher bracket to ensure the island thrives. Interesting take. Good take. All right. On that note, we are going to call it a show today. I want to say thank you, everyone, for hanging out on Mix It Up Monday on the Morning Vibe. So let's go through some stuff, some housekeeping. As always, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you haven't and you're up to it, please do. But the least you can do is tell people about the Morning Vibe and Dr. Vibe. As always, you can follow Dr. Vibe on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack, and also on YouTube. Join our Discord group. You can email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com, or you can copy and paste the Discord link. I think it's on most platforms where you're watching this live on the replay. This information I'm sharing is already there. To advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of, email me again, dr.vibe, the dr, vibeshow.com. You can find out more about Ryan Knight at ryanoneilknight.com. And I always say KN, not N. Also, too, most of you are probably watching this live on the replay in this time. How are you handling getting an hour's sleep back, but the day's getting shorter? And also, you can find out more about the Dr. Vibe show and Dr. Vibe at taplink.cc/the drvibeshow.com. And you can watch replays of this show on the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and also the Afro-Caribbean Business Network on YouTube and Ryan Oneil Knight on YouTube. So this is how we close it off. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller, get stronger, block assumptions, aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider, love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history. Try to do both. And as always, make it better. Thanks again for everyone. Let's see if we can hit the 2K sooner rather than later. God bless. Peace be well. Keep the faith and walk good. Take care.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh God!
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.